What up, what up, what up? It's Khalid in the morning. Wake up, everybody. It's around 7:57. And let's get into today's topic. Today, we're talking about when is the right time to buy a home? When is the right time for you to buy your first home? So I'm talking to all my first time home buyers out there, okay? So there are many market predictions. However, if you want to buy your first home, there is no wrong time, absolutely no wrong time to buy your first home. All right. The motivation to buy is not determined by your local market conditions or by your location. Industry opinions, regulations cannot predict when a particular individual will be ready to buy their first home. For the great majority of folks, the most compelling reason to buy a home are based on individual circumstances and personal needs. Some of those are like family needs, the desire for children, parents, in-laws, or couples. There are different desires. For example, person might need to move or buy their first home because they want to be in a certain school district. Um, Convenience of home, work, school, social activities. Also a sense of achievement or fulfillment, independence and freedom. Okay, so even though there are many changes in the market, both up and down, people will still need and want to buy homes. Now, this desire to buy a home is deeply rooted in the fabric of our consciousness. The value of home ownership gives far more satisfaction than a return on investment calculation can qualify. All right. There are many different types of loan programs with flexible terms to fit all buyers. There are city and county down payment assistance programs to assist in also buying a home. All right. Future buyers with blemished credit, there are debt reduction and counseling programs to help you gain a fresh start. I also have a credit improvement program that I can definitely get you involved in. Also, how do you make the leap to become a homeowner? All right. Somebody might ask this, okay, I want to buy a home. How do I make the leap from being a renter to being a homeowner? All right. First, determine that you want to buy a home. That's the first thing. First, make a goal, write it down, determine that you want to buy a home. Number two is get your finances in order. Determine your financial situation, check your credit to determine where you fall as a borrower. Look at all of your available assets for a down payment and examine all of the finance options available to you. All right. You have, if you have some credit blemishes, take the time to make those timely payments to your creditors to present the best financial picture. Make sure that you have a record of stable employment. If you're on unemployment, or I get this question a lot. If you're on unemployment, the bank is not going to loan you any money. Full stop. If you are on unemployment, the bank is not going to lend you any money. So make sure that you have a stable employment history. Most lenders look for 2 years. Most lenders look for 2 years. I do have some lenders who are shorter than that, but most lenders look for 2 years. Also, super important, postpone any major purchases. If you have a major purchase like a car, furniture set, postpone those. Because a lot of times when you make those major purchases on credit, it hits your credit hard. Eventually it'll come back up, but it hits your credit hard. So make sure any major purchase that you make sure that you postpone it. All right. Your actual home purchase may still be 12 to 18 months down the road, but you can prepare now. And preparation is key. Preparation is key. So once you do all that, of course, you got to go get your pre-approval. Get your pre-approval for your mortgage. Once you're clear that financial hurdles, talk to the lender or broker to find out how much you can afford to borrow along with your expected out-of-pocket expenses that you're going to incur for closing. This is super important. I find a lot of people go out there and they're looking for homes and they don't even have a pre-approval. You want to get a pre-approval because you want to understand how much money am I going to be approved for. And I talk ad nausea about this in my other videos. Next, um, that down payment, this will include the required down payment along with funds for your closing costs. Please, please be mindful. You have your closing costs and you have your down payment. Your down payment is what the bank is requiring you to put down. A lot of times, if you're getting that FHA loan, it's 3.5%. But if you're getting a conventional loan, it could be more. That is your down payment. That's money that you have to bring to closing. On top of that, you have closing costs. The cost of closing the loan. You got things like transfer taxes for the state and for the state and for the city. And you also have title insurance. And there's different closing costs that you have. So you got to keep those in mind when you're buying a home. Now, if you're buying in a seller's market like we're currently in Philadelphia, you may want to search for homes below your approved price range so you can have some room for negotiation. So what that means is, for example, let's just say that you got a price for $300,000. What you may want to do is look for a home that's around maybe like 250, so you're able to go up if you're in a seller's market like most of the countries are. All right. Next, find a creditable certified real estate agent. Find a creditable licensed real estate agent. Creditable and licensed real estate agent. I know some people go to their brother, sister, mother, so on and so forth. That's fine if they're creditable, but you want to find somebody who knows what they're doing, because even though your uncle might be awesome, even though your brother might be awesome, if he doesn't know what he doesn't know, you're still going to suffer the consequences. Okay. If a person doesn't know about the consequences, that doesn't alleviate him from the consequences. That's a bar. So you want to find somebody who's creditable, who's knowledgeable. Look for an agent that you can work with based on your needs and your schedule. Check references of previous clients. You may not know exactly what you want in terms of a new house, and your agent should work with you to determine your needs and help you find a property that meets your immediate and future needs. Okay. It's super important that you find an agent who knows what they're doing, who has your best interest in mind, and cares. And cares. Caring is a big part of it. All right. Become an informed and practical buyer. Once you determine where you would live, once you determine where you would like to live, determine what factors are most important for your family. Calculate your new commute and research school information for your children. Make sure to evaluate the factors that are most important to you along with factors that are least important to you. And I've spoke about this before. You want to have a list. You want to have a list of things that you absolutely must have. For example, some people they absolutely want a garage. Make that list. Then make a list of things that you absolutely don't want. For example, maybe somebody absolutely they don't want to live in they don't want to move in a fixer upper. They need a ready-made home. Make a list of that. And then you have a bunch of things that are in between. All right. For a home, find a home that works for you. Envision yourself along with your family living in the home. What are the key points of consideration for your home? And we just went over some of them. If you spend a lot of time in the kitchen, then you want to make sure that the kitchen can accommodate your habits. If you'll be working from home, make sure that your home office setup will work. Make sure that all of your telecommunications and electrical needs can be met. And also, next, make an offer. Make an offer once you have located a property that meets all of your needs. This is why it's important for you to know what you want. It's super important for you to know what you want so that when you see it, you're able to act. And I see a lot of people, they don't know what they want. If they don't know what they want, if they're not super clear on what they want, it's hard for them to act. Just like if you jump in your car and you want to drive somewhere. If you don't know what the address is, you're probably not going to turn on a car because you don't know where you're going. Kind of the same thing. So make a list of what's important to you. And then once you see something like that, make an offer. Make an offer based on the listing price, along with comparable information and market conditions. Your agent can work with you to determine the best price along with any contingencies of the sale. There are contingencies in the sale, and these are part of the contract to allow you to get your earnest money deposit back once you put down money after they accept your offer. So, what's earnest money deposit? Earnest money deposit is money that you put down so you have some skin in the game. So, for example, if you're buying a home for $100,000, 5 days after they accept your offer, they may want $1,000 so that you have some skin in the game that you're serious about closing on this because the usual contract from the beginning to end is 30 to 45 days, around 30 to 45 days. So the seller doesn't want to have their property all tied up and you're not serious. So the earnest money deposit is a deposit that you put down with the seller's agent to make sure for them to hold to make sure that you're serious. Now, it's possible for them to keep that earnest money deposit in what situation? Let's just say that you went to go buy a home, you put an offer on it, was $100,000, you put $1,000 as far as the down payment. And it came out and everybody went through all of the work and it came out 40 days and you were going to the closing and you got cold feet. You got cold feet. If you got cold feet, then they will be able to keep that $1,000 because there would be no contingency that would make them give that money back to you. Now, there is in most there is, unless waived, there is a mortgage contingency. What that mortgage contingency means is that no matter what the case, if you don't get that mortgage, then you get your money back. If you can't qualify for that mortgage, then you get your money back. That's different than you deciding that you don't want the mortgage anymore. That's different. That's you terminating it. Then if you terminate it based on the contract, they may have grounds to keep that earnest money deposit. But if they deny you, meaning that it's out of your hands, if they deny you the mortgage, then it's out of your hands, you get your money back. All right, let's move on. It is good to get a home inspection so that you can know what the potential pitfalls and future maintenance needs may be. And that's even if you're going to look into waive the home inspection, it's still good to get a home inspection so you kind of know what you're getting into. In a seller's market, again, like we're in now, you may find yourselves bidding with several other buyers for a single piece of property. Work with your agent to determine what is customary in your area. This is when negotiation skills really come in handy. All right. So in this market, it's kind of slowed down a little bit, but on homes that are priced right and that are nice, there's still multiple offers on those properties. Make sure that you kind of your agent, if you're not using me, okay, make sure that your agent knows what he's doing and has different plays that he can run to try to get your offer on top. And of course, I got a bunch of plays that I run as far as to get my buyers their offer up to the top. All right. Next, once your offer has been accepted, you will now be in the home buying process where all of the title research will be handled. When you buy a home in a customary fashion, you're usually getting title insurance. Title insurance is clearing that no one, title insurance is protecting you from any claims that a person may have prior to you getting the home. So somebody sells a home. but there's a brother that was in Hawaii, and that brother comes after 5 years, and now he's like, hey, that's my home. She didn't have a right to sell that home. Then title insurance will protect you from that. So again, after your offer is accepted, now you're going to be in a home buying process where where all of the title research will be handled, funding requirements met, tax and title transfer um, will be managed. And prior to closing, you will sign all of your finance paperwork and pay your remaining deposit and closing fees. And after funding is complete, the title company will record the new purchase deed and you will officially be closed. All right. Congratulations. It's time to move. Just be sure to connect your utilities along with forwarding your mail. All right. The purchase of a home can be a lifelong achievement, but one that is truly a worthy accomplishment. All right, y'all. Again, there's no right time or wrong time to buy your home. It's not based on the market, it's based on your particular situation. If you are looking to buy a home and you're a first time home buyer, there are programs out there that can help you. If you want to buy a home but you have bad credit, again, I have a low credit to home buyer program. So DM me, find out what that program is about, and let's get you in a home. I think this pandemic has showed us that we really need to own our homes. So number one, you're not kicked out. This is the first thing. And number two, that you have control over your situation. All right. This is Khalid Nathan Ali. If you're looking to buy a home, invest a home, if you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, I got you. I also have a property management company, number one. And then also number two, I have a credit improvement program also. So if you're looking for credit improvement, hit me up in that front too. All right, y'all. Happy